That was not a poster on my wall. Hello and welcome to watch the fifth review in the Waiting for the Force to Awaken series. It's time for episode 2, Attack of the Clones. There you go. This is the VHS I got, I don't know, well, a long time ago. Anyway, and I actually never finished this one as a kid. And I don't remember exactly why, but I think the reason is that it was so fucking boring. This was probably the second time ever that I watched the whole film. It could have actually been the first time. I'm not that sure about that. But yeah, it was not. It was definitely not on this VHS. The time I saw the whole film, because like I said, I never finished this. But now I finally did on this VHS. Surprise, surprise, it was still in pretty good condition because it hadn't been watched that much. This didn't make nearly as much money as episode 1 did. And for the reason for that is that because episode 1 was such a letdown to many fans, and well, I don't know about this general audience, but yeah, all the bad reviews episode 1 got, it really kinda, the hype for Star Wars died down. Of course, this still made money, but yeah, not nearly as much as episode 1. And obviously this wasn't promoted that much. I can still find tons of episode 1 merchandise, but episode 2 I can hardly find. But yeah, I don't like this film. I really don't. There is just something I just truly hate about this film. This is probably the only Star Wars film I actually really have a negative feelings about. I mean, towards. I'm pretty soon we'll tell why I do think that way. But let's talk about the positives. The first thing I noticed, I don't know, the acting is less wooden as in episode 1. The dialogue actually, I don't know, it's in the same level, I would say that. But yeah, definitely even McGregor as Obi-Wan has significantly improved. Obviously, he has a big role in this film and actually something relevant to say. But yeah, and again, naturally, Natalie Portman is yeah, well, she well, actually, she's not that good. What the hell am I talking about? But yeah, Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu. I guess it's okay. The story, well, one positive thing is that it's less complicated. I could actually follow the story and I understood what it was about. And again, like in episode 1, there were some entertaining action scenes, like the chase in, I believe it was Coruscant, and the fight between Obi-Wan and Jango Fett, and the arena battle. I guess it was kind of cool. But the clone war that started, and I didn't really feel anything. And obviously there are some I guess interesting characters, like the what, what was his name? Like the four-armed guy, the fat guy in the 50s restaurant bar place where Obi-Wan goes. I think he was like Dex, or was it Dexter? Dex, probably. I'm not sure. But I thought he was an interesting character, although he might look a bit creepy because he is completely CGI. I actually would have liked him even more if he was actually like a guy in a suit. Well, Jango Fett is kind of cool, but his son Boba Fett is not cool. In this film, Boba Fett is still a kid and an extremely annoying kid. He has an annoying voice. That's probably it. Do you notice how I lean more towards the negative stuff while I was like trying to talk about the positives? This film is just, I don't know. I just don't fucking like it. Let's talk about the negative stuff. Okay, negative stuff first. Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, miscast. Um, Hayden, I haven't seen him in many movies besides this and Episode 3. I just don't think he's a good actor. And obviously, it doesn't help that George isn't a very good director and the dialogue was crap. But yeah, Anakin in this film was just so annoying, whining all the time, very hard to relate to, unlikable character. I didn't really like Anakin at all. Other than that horrible, horrible love plot, that romance thing, if you can even call it that. It was so unnatural, forced, and cringeworthy. You guys know what I'm talking about. I hate sand. I truly, deeply love you, and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that anymore. Also, this film is very. Well, actually, I shouldn't say film because it was actually shot in digital. Huh. But yeah, the effects are weak. Well, okay, some of it is really cool. Actually, the creatures in the arena are really cool looking, well made. But it just this whole film is just too digital, too much CGI. I think what Episode One had a better thing is that it had a good balance between practical and digital effects. This one really leans more towards digital effects, which I do not really like. There was also this one ugly looking scene, the droid factory scene, that first of all felt so out of place and just so unnecessary. Actually, it was shoehorned in. Lucas wanted that. I don't know why. It doesn't like help the plot at all. It's just this weird action scene that really looks like a video game, and it is a scene where C3PO is CGI. That was a huge fucking mistake. You simply don't make C3PO a CGI character. No, thanks. That was horrible. And also the thing that R2 can fly. It's so weird and created all these plot holes that and inconsistencies that I hate. That scene was really stupid and full of. It was almost completely CGI. And as I'm still talking about the CGI, Yoda. I think he looks okay, but the thing I really hated was that. Well, okay, I shouldn't say hate, but I just don't really like. Is that he uses a lightsaber. I don't know. I just never wanted to see him wielding a lightsaber and screaming and jumping like a grasshopper. I think that was just too silly. I think I would have preferred to like see like here he does like he absorbs the lighting power of Count Dooku. What the fuck? Count Dooku. Yeah. I would have just because I've always lived in this impression that Yoda is so powerful that he doesn't even need a lightsaber anymore. So yeah. And speaking about the lightsaber battles, the lightsaber fighting really sucks in this film. It's the I think it's weakly choreographed. Obviously, um, the problem is that Christopher Lee was such an old guy that he couldn't do all those tricks, so they have to use a body double and then later add Christopher Lee's face to the place of the body double's face. Yeah, yeah, it was just uninteresting to watch the fighting, at least when you compare it to the lightsaber fight in Episode One. And yeah, and speaking about Christopher Lee and Count Dooku, the villain in this movie fucking sucks. Count Dooku is the main villain of this movie. And well, first of all, the first time we see Count Dooku is when the movie is like 1 hour in. We see him very late. So it's so hard to even be interested about Count Dooku. That was definitely a problem. I mean, Star Wars movie needs a fucking villain, and this film barely has one. I have nothing against Christopher Lee. I think he's a great actor. But he was really wasted in this film. Like, his character was wasted. I don't mean drunk, but you know what I mean. Yeah, the Clone War that started. I don't know. It was just actually it was pretty impressive, and I for a long time I actually thought the clone troopers were like guys in suits, but I found out that they're completely CGI, which is impressive. I don't complain about that because they look okay. They still look pretty acceptable. And I don't know, the ending was just I don't. There was something. It just felt rushed or something. There should have been more about the Clone War. There should be like actually more war. Kolonian hyökkäys, it's Finnish and means attack of the clones. Attack of the clones. You actually would think it would have more of this like epic battle, but no, it didn't. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, Jango Fett, I think it was cool and everything, and yeah, I don't think maybe he was just added into like please the Boba Fett fans or something. I don't know. I really think this is the weakest of the prequels and actually the worst Star Wars movie in my opinion. There's hardly anything I really like in this film. So yeah, because it's not even appealing in a like a it's not even appealing visually that much. See, this that aspect is also gone. Yeah, bad acting, still bad dialogue. Like there is a better acting too, but also some really bad acting, bad dialogue, some weak CGI. A plot is well, it's easier to understand, but not very interesting. And yeah, actually, the music, uh, John Williams again, obviously composing. The only memorable tune from this movie I remember is the love theme, which is very beautiful, I think. But that's it. Most of the music was actually uh, already in episode one, so a lot of reused music in this one. The cinematography, again, very dull, barely any kind of camera movement. More, I think, than in episode one, but still very it like it has a problem because there are still a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking. So it really gets boring when you have just all these steady shots of just faces and like dialogue that is not even that interesting political dialogue because this film still has political things in it. So yeah, uh, yeah, very disappointing film. Actually, wish I would have liked this more, but no, I don't. So yeah, and this is a very orange film for some reason. Or I don't know. I just always have had this weird impression that this film is very orange, even though it has a lot of dark scenes and like. But yeah, orange is the color I would describe Attack of the Clones. Okay. And one thing I also was kind of disappointed the when the Anakin finds her mother like dying and then she dies and then Anakin like becomes really angry and wants to kill all the Tusken Raiders. Well, the scene is too short. So yeah, obviously this film would have had a lot of potential. This film had a lot of potential, but again, badly executed. This was supposed to be a short review, but it wasn't. I didn't want to talk about this film this much. But yeah, 16 minutes already. So, fuck. Yeah, I'd say 2 out of 5 from me. Weakest Star Wars film. But yeah, fuck this movie. Okay, next time, episode 3.